welcome to our very first podcast.
Super exciting.
Rainbow Jeans.
Rainbow jeans. Yes. You can't believe it's finally happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People talk about it and we spoke about it and I've thought about it and you've thought about it and it was
For years. Yeah.
And you just never get there. You have these ideas and then you jot them down, but it never really realizes.
Yeah. It's life. But also fears and doubts and life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'm happy we're doing it. And
Yes.
I'm so happy it's with you. I
Me
know.
too. Me
Jeez.
too. And I'm so glad you mentioned it the one day. I was like, I'm in. Let's do it.
That's
And it
literally what
happened.
happened.
And it happened so quickly.
I was like, I've been dreaming to do a podcast, small violin. And she's like, well, me too. So
There we go.
Here we are. Here we are.
Awesome.
Yeah. Little driveway conversations.
Oh,
See,
yes.
it does help. South Africans never say goodbye. We say goodbye for like
For
4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you end up still having a bit of a social in the driveway
yes.
and then half in the car.
Yes. But
Or you
great
end up
thi-
back inside.
But great things come from it because
yeah.
here we are because of a driveway
Of a
conversation.
driveway. Here we go.
Yeah. So I'm happy. Yay. High five me.
I say.
Basically, just to say what we're doing, we're two moms with kids and life and stuff that, we just thought to share our stories, build a community, because sometimes when your kids have stuff, you do feel quite alone and you do feel
Very
isolated and judged and so to build a community of like-minded, but even if your family is completely neurotypical, it's a place to learn maybe. So
yes.
so it's for everybody and
Because this
hopefully you will
isn't, we are
enjoy
not
it.
professionals.
No.
We are two moms.
Yes.
And
Moms sharing what we've learned and trialed and tested and failed at and try again at.
sharing our stories to maybe help you guys relate to in some way, and just literally to make you feel like you're not alone, because you
Absolutely.
aren't. And if you actually just say something, there are so many more people out there that
So
are in the
many.
same boat as you,
Yeah.
and then they also don't want to say anything because then they think they did something wrong or they blaming themselves or
Misinformation. You also don't know where
huge.
to touch, where to let go, what to believe, where to.
and it's so overwhelming.
Absolutely.
Especially that initial, that
Yeah.
first step,
Yeah.
when all of a sudden you thought everything was normal, then all of a sudden
the whole
the
thing was
whole thing is diverse.
absolutely. And it was still good. It was still the same as day before, but now you have maybe a diagnosis or you have, this thing that hangs over your head
And you don't understand
for
it.
months.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's life-changing.
Yeah, and you don't know what the next steps are or where to go, and it's very overwhelming.
Absolutely. But there is still light.
Oh, yes.
Not at the end of the tunnel. There's still light right now.
Yes, and in your journey all the time. But I think we will get there.
We will get there.
We have
So
we are women. We have a lot to say.
Sidetrack and back
All the
and
time.
sidetrack and back. Like I said, driveway conversations.
There we go.
We maybe should have called it driveway conversations.
Sessions. There we go. Or maybe just in brackets, say, this is a podcast for moms or for women, because we
Yeah.
talk a lot.
Yeah.
Only dads that are really good at listening.
Yeah. But basically what I thought for our very first episode should be for us to introduce ourselves, talk about, short summary of who we are, how we've come to be on this journey, maybe how we met,
Yeah.
So, can you remember the day we met? Putting you right on the spot.
I actually do.
Really?
Yes, I never remember that ever with anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I shocked you so much.
No. I met you when you were doing the photo shoot where you were doing the dance photo shoot for the whole class.
Yes.
Where our daughter was in.
Yes.
And that's the first time I met you.
Yes.
And then I met you again, but through the same thing.
Yeah.
And then,
that shoot was the one you did with her.
Yes.
Yeah. That was special.
Yeah, and it's just
like how crazy. Like, I don't know how many years you were married by that time, and she did that shoot in her wedding dress, and it still fits.
No, hold on. I couldn't breathe.
I don't care. You can still get it on. I can't get myself in my wedding. Well, they stole it.
Now.
We live in South Africa, so my wedding dress was stolen. But even if I still had it, I won't be able to fit my thigh in my dress.
No, now I can't. And this was also, disclaimer, a few years ago when this photo shoot happened. Not now.
Yeah.
But yes, that's also special. The joys of a mom.
Yeah.
All the fluctuations of everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's special. It's special to walk a road and then somehow by accident we found each other on this road. And
just how
did we ever? I never imagined like moms with kids and their stuff.
Yeah,
you know, and how close we've gotten so quickly.
Yeah.
And now I can't remember how it was before you were. Yeah.
It's weird. It's like old souls that have just been friends for years.
Two crazies.
Oh, you can also say that. There we go.
It's okay. Yeah. So
we're going to introduce ourselves and just tell you a little bit more about us, where we come from, what our current situation is, and then as the episodes go on, we will dive more into each sort of area of struggles, challenges, the ups, the downs, the good. There is always good.
There is.
And yeah, it's very easily
at times, just to get back on that, it's good also, sometimes it is difficult to see that good, but it's there. It's there. And those victories, even minute ones, are amazing.
Because it's just something that works, or something that you did right, or anyway.
No, it's still a blessing. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so tell me about you.
Well, I'm not even going to say where I'm from because I'm just like from all over. Joburg, Cape Town, southern suburbs, northern suburbs, back to Joburg, back to Cape Town. But yeah, I met my husband when I was 19, and he took forever to propose. But very happily married now for 11 years.
Lekker.
Almost 12. And I mean, if you think about it, I've actually been with him for half my life, if you want to equate that. So it's been we've been together forever. And it's been awesome, an awesome adventure, lots of challenges along the way, but it's been the best ride ever. And we have 2 children, a boy and a girl, and our girl is the oldest, and we found out that there was something possibly not really lining up somewhere. And speaking to the teachers, all of that, and we were just made aware, look, there might be something, just keep an eye. So we did through grade 1, we did the whole OT route, reading, and I wanted to see, is there something else that we can do to help her, like with everyday stuff in the classroom. She has anxiety, but so we did all the things right, We did everything that we needed to do, but come to the end of the year, we finally got the diagnosis of inattentive ADD. Now, what I thought was you've got ADHD and you got ADD.
Right.
So ADD is just without the hyperactivity, and ADHD is with the hyperactivity.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not that at all.
It's never that simple.
It's never that simple. And then it's the inattentive type. So then I didn't know there was so many variations of like ADD, and each have their own like struggles. And under her umbrella, the list just keeps going, and then you start understanding how much she's been struggling the whole time, and you half wish, why didn't I ever do this sooner? Why didn't I know this sooner? Why didn't we decide to do medication sooner? Because when she went to grade 2, we pretty much had lost, I want to say 2 years. And because she never really, she picked up minor things in grade R, and she bluffed her way through grade 1. She didn't know the alphabet going to grade 1. She couldn't put a C and a A together to make, or a CAT to make that sounds together, which would make that word cat.
Yeah.
So it was quite a journey to get there, and that is another journey within itself when it comes to medication. And I'm sure we're going to also be touching on medication in all the episodes that we're going to be doing. And then, yeah, so then she started getting bullied within the first 2 weeks of grade 2, and we realized we need more intervention. Even though the school tried to do everything in their power, really everything in their power to help, it just isn't going to work. And we moved her to a different school where the classes are smaller, more individualized attention. And for the first time, she's actually starting to process and understand what's going on, which has been awesome for her and given her a lot of courage with all of that going on there. And yeah, so that's been a great thing. And then we also had other trials along the way. So besides OT, there was a whole pile of things. Also, we'll get into episodes about that because the list goes on. You think you just get something down and then something else pops up. And it's like, when does it end? But we've been very blessed on our journey, and really God's just opened so many doors for us and enabled us to be able to do the best with what we have and what we can do. And we just have been able to get to all the right people at the right time. Yeah, so
yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, now also with her being in grade 3, it's also a bit of a struggle because she can't really read and write, and she's got dyslexia now, and she's also 3 years behind. She's on a 7-year-old level instead of like a 10-year-old level. Well, she's 9, but almost 10, so it'll be like a 3-year difference. So we're trying to close that gap. So hopefully within the next few months, we're still going to do a lot of like closing so she can get on par, which I think is also going to really help her confidence and her anxiety go down and all of that. And our little boy, he is 7. We also, luckily because of her, we picked it up early. So halfway through, exactly, we knew what to look for. And halfway through grade R, we decided this is going the same way. Let's change things up now before it's too late. Give him the upper hand, and we did. And it has been a game changer. And I'm so grateful that we could do that. And unfortunately, it always feels like the first child's the guinea pig. And I think it's like you doing it for the first time as well. And so are they, and nobody knows what they're doing, and you wing it. So yeah, but we are very blessed. Also, Cape Town has great, what facilities, great therapists, just a lot on the medical side to help in these situations. So, yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
in
journey.
comparison, I think, to other parts of the country, Cape Town
Yes.
definitely has. But I think in comparison to the world, we're still lacking in quantity, not quality.
Yes.
You know
Quantity.
what I mean? Quantity.
Because there aren't many specialists.
And in costs and stuff like that, like what the South African, the normal, the average South African can afford. Most people can't afford the rates because quantity is lacking. But we do have some of the best in the world, I believe.
Yeah, no,
the ones
listen, it's
that we
up
have.
there.
So, but there's not enough people to do to give, to provide what our kids
the
can
services.
need.
There's not enough schools. There's not enough of the therapists and
the OTs are full always. The
psychologists,
full
the
always,
specialists, everyone. And when you do get in, it literally does cost an arm and a leg.
It really does.
And I feel sorry for the people that really cannot afford to do. Maybe they can, but not as much as what their child would need. And they just do the best they can, and and
when you tell other parents that doesn't necessarily need it, that you can't always, because we're in that boat where we can't afford everything that I know my child needs. We keeping her alive. She's happy. We're giving. Like
that's the top tick.
I'm not at. I'm not at all saying we're neglecting her.
No.
But I know for her needs, she needs even more, and we can't afford that even more.
And most can't.
Most people can't. But I mean, we can afford some. There are people that can't even afford some.
Absolutely.
And I do feel sorry because firstly, you don't, again, please don't get me wrong, and I won't change my child, exchange my child for anyone.
Yes.
But you don't choose to have a child like that. You know what I mean? Like, becoming a parent, the stuff that you take on by, all the nappies and all the food and schooling and but you don't budget on
or prepare for this side
of it. You always know there's a possibility of stuff, I mean,
but it's not
so many. And yes, now it feels like it is more often. But we'll touch on that too. And I don't believe it's more often. I just think it's more known. But at the same time, that means it shouldn't be this hard to get the help that you need. When I think more people are on the spectrum than not these days. If you really go down to the nitty-gritties. I might be completely off.
But tell us about your story. How did you get to here?
I'm also married. I have known my husband now longer than half my life. So we met at university. He was my senior. We studied drama. So we always joke that if we had that perfect box child, that like the student and it would not fit in our household. And it's not to say that we didn't like studying and we like reading and we're, but that mathematician, it's not gonna, and I think maybe we do have a mathematician on our hands though. But it's not the typical mathematician, no.
She's a lively, bright child.
It's not the typical ones. Not that anything's wrong with being a typical mathematician, but Yeah, so and we were doing the whole responsible thing. We were together for a long time, engaged for quite a while before we got married. Then we're 7 years married before even starting to try for a baby, because we were traveling and
Oh, yes.
so we're a little bit of it sounds but we free spirited kind of people. We had a band and we lived life, and as a married couple, and saw the world and lived overseas, and did all the things that kids did back then, or young married couples did back then.
And not everybody actually has the, I want to say, guts to do that, because a lot of it is pressure, study, graduate, get a job, start your life. There's all these checklists, and not a lot of
biggest
people
reason
do
why
that.
we left to live overseas was so that he was my boyfriend obviously then, but my husband, so that he could pay off his student loan. He was scared to start adult life and all the debt. So we left so he could pay off his student loan, but then we stayed.
A holiday that turned into
Absolutely. I told my parents
a home.
I'm going for 6 months, and we stayed for close to a decade. So yes. Anyways, excuse me. Yeah, so then we started trying. It took some time for us to fall pregnant. And then when it happened, it was amazing. But then she was diagnosed with autism at a very young age. She was 19 months, 18 months, 19 months.
Sure, so a year and a half.
Maybe 19 months. Yeah, maybe 19 months, a little bit closer to 2 years, but it was still under 2, which the doctor also said that's very weird.
And how did he get to that diagnosis at such a young age?
She was already stacking all the toys. We actually thought that she has ear problems, because she won't recognize is maybe the wrong word, but she wouldn't react. That's the word. She wouldn't react to her name.
Okay.
Just so we thought she has ear, like she can't hear, but then she would still dance to music.
Okay.
Or spin.
Yes.
Spin. She never did the swaying. She never did flapping. She only started that much later. But she would spin, stack those toys, all the animals, all the cars, big to small, small to big, color coordinated, but at the same time loves chaos. So she will get all her books or puzzles, build them like an absolute pro at that age already. She could build 50-piece, 80-piece of memory.
Oh, wow.
Like crazy. But then she will build it. It needs to stay like that for half an hour, whatever. And then she wants the puzzle pieces everywhere. And my brain just couldn't. I was like, short. But that's how her brain needs it. I call organized chaos.
Yes.
That's what she thrives in, organized chaos. And I'm like, okay.
And I think that's what most neurodiverse parents
live
in. Organized chaos. People
but
come
then
in
then I look at my office and I'm like, I'm pretty much organized chaos myself.
But you know where everything is.
I know where everything is. Yeah. So in the end, and also eye contact. That I knew something was different since around 7 months.
Oh wow, that early.
So the intuition, I think mom's sensitivity or whatever, when we would breastfeed, that's how I knew. When we would breastfeed, that bond that happens. I was one of those moms that breastfed for 3 years, And the bond was always there. She wouldn't take a bottle. She would, so that's what it was. She will drink from a cup if it's water, but the moment it's milk or something, she won't have it. So it's all these weird things. But she would never, in 3 years, she never made eye contact with me.
Sure.
So, you know,
And that's hard.
It's hard.
Especially for a mom.
It was always an issue to have that. And everybody was telling me, but maybe you're just paranoid, sensitive, maybe it's just how she is, maybe.
Because nobody thinks about that at that point.
No. And I was like, something, yeah, there's
See,
a myth.
See, this is not rehearsed.
No.
There's a mythie.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just something that was tough to already know and try to convince others that there's a time we need to take her to have it checked.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't see us before 18 months because it's too early. Kids in
But
general,
even with you saying, I am seeing this, this is happening, X, Y, Z, and they still wouldn't see you.
And it's a developmental specialist. So it's not even just like the GP for a referral. We got straight in there, you know. But they wouldn't see you before because most kids don't show signs at all before 18 months. That's why they believe the MMR causes autism. Because it's the same time where it starts showing to where you have the kids injected. But my kid didn't have the MMR by then.
I delayed our kids having it, and I think by like 6 months, I think the first one was like over a year, and there was still stuff. I've got a neurodiverse and a neurotypical child, even though they say he's got ADHD. I'm pretty sure he's neurotypical.
Yeah.
And they had both the MMR at the same ages. That was also delayed because of that stuff.
And you're scared.
And you
don't know what to believe.
Exactly.
So I'm just so thankful that we delayed on that. I'm so glad that we didn't have that because at least I have that peace of mind that I didn't cause something like the news tells me.
Because that's always going to sit at the back there and it's going to...
But she was born like this. It's in her and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And thank goodness, because I don't know how with that feeling of guilt, I don't believe you can cause autism.
No.
Unfortunately, that is my belief from what I've lived. You're born like that.
Yeah, I agree.
And someone with brain damage that has the same effects is not autism, it's brain damage. There's a difference. There's a difference. It's in a different part of the brain. It's a different thing. So you can't. Yeah. Anyways, so now she's 10. She's amazing. She's nonverbal, which makes things hard. But we're coping. We're trying.
You've got your own communication, your own language.
We do. She does understand. She does interact. She loves to be around kids. She loves to be around people. She's quite easy. You know, we have our days.
As every household.
And I'm already scared for the next phase with all the hormones and stuff and how you cope with that and not being able to speak. Because I mean, like, yeah. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to it because I was just as scared for starting to potty train and I was just as scared for traveling with her for the first time and then every time you overcome it. And that's why I'm saying those victories is not just for you. Yes, we did it, but for them.
Oh, yes.
You know, like they did it.
And they feel it.
I think the pride is even more than if she could win the Olympic gold.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, for the smallest stuff. But I think we should wrap it for today.
Yes.
We can carry on at another stage. Like we said, we can talk a lot about this. We are passionate about it. Obviously, it's our kids. But I think also, it's something that's deep in my heart.
Yes.
And I'm glad we're doing it together.
It's part of us. It's what our reality, our new normal. So, well, not new anymore. our kids are like
Yeah,
9 and 10.
we've lived it.
But we've lived
We've
it.
lived it. But we can do a few more battlefields, I think. We're going to. It's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. But let's wrap it.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for being here
Thank
today.
you for joining.
We're excited to share all our stuff with you. Please come back.
Yes. And subscribe and
leave comments.
Yes.
If you are living this life, if you need advice, if you want to share something, please do. We would love to hear from you.
Yes. And just know you're not alone. And, we are here. And if you just want to vent to somebody that understands, you are more than welcome. And we would love it if you did. We are here to build a community. So we really hope that you can become part of ours.
Yeah. Rainbow jeans.
Rainbow jeans.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.